Good morning. I'd like to call this county commission meeting to order. Please rise for a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please silence all your cell phones if you have them. Take a moment of silent prayer, please. Thank you. I'll begin the roll call this morning with Commissioner Mike Smith.
Here.
Commissioner Jeff Culbertson is here. Commissioner Doug Smith.
Here.
Commissioner Mike Stephen.
Here.
And Commissioner Vicki Cause is absent. Public comment. I don't have anybody signed up for public comment. Anybody in the room like public comment? Mr. Clamp, would you like to come forward? Start the timer real quick, Mark. Morning, Lou.
I don't start it yet. Hope you guys had a good Christmas.
You too.
Yep. And two of you are going to be gone in the near future. No, actually three. Third one is a lawyer. Okay.
Is that a joke he's trying to make?
Oh, excuse me.
I'll miss you, David.
Okay. I recently gave 7 donations. My money is not my money. My money is the City of Leavenworth and School District 453. And it also belongs to Rose Tracy Munch Klimp, who did several bond issues back in her day, back in the early 1900s, 1902, 1915, with Grosspapa and Grandpa with the Klimp Furniture Factory. So the money I have is not mine. That's why I did the donation. C.W. Parker, the Leavenworth Historical Museum Association, Fred Harvey, Richard Allen, Leavenworth County Historical Society, the Lansing Historical, believe it or not, and Fort Leavenworth. You know, the city gave them $47,500. You never give somebody odd money, so I gave them $500, and now they have $48,000. That will be one of the biggest assets to Leavenworth in any business, our museums, okay? We got a dissertation on core civic out here, and now they want to, the government wants to board the bad people again that are sneaking across the border. We don't need that, personal opinion. And since your meetings are so short, you ought to have an extended time like we always had back in the 70s and the 90s, where a person can talk a little bit longer without making somebody over here a bad guy. The system needs to be preparing for the federal pen. They had a beautiful dissertation on Alcatraz yesterday. I don't know what that channel was, 33, and they talked about 2 airplane flights that had disappeared. And if you ever watched how airplane flights disappear, and that doesn't have anything to do with the county, they fly like this now. They don't fly like this. And everything's automatic. Everything's automatic. And it's a disgrace. And Europe now wants to do something. One pilot, I mentioned that before, one pilot in the cockpit. That's bad, let me tell you. But the ALPA, Airline Pilots Association, is fighting that. You need to talk to the city about putting a lot of things you can't do, but you sure can talk to people. Putting a goddamn fee crossing that bridge, if they ever build that bridge. But the counties over there, they say they're not going to give, or the state said, this was an official state person, 15 to 20 years before they put a 4-lane road in, because it's not important to them. Last things, but not the least things, Alcatraz, I had it on here, Alcatraz, but they want to open up that jail again. That's ridiculous. We need to keep that closed. One other thing that the Leavenworth Times comes out with, officers will be watching for intoxicated drivers. Oh, my God. They're just going to do it. They don't do it all the time. What? No, you need to be doing it all the time. And the county saved money by changing chip sealed rock. I thought that was interesting. Been nice to know the whole story. But you need to communicate with cities and state government people and see what you can get and not hide what you can get, because all the entities do that. They all hide what they can do. It needs to be talked out loud so all these people will participate. Good people in town. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Louis.
Thank you.
We'll move on to administrative business. Mr. Lothar, you have anything for us this morning? Any of the commissioners have anything?
I do not.
No, sir.
Mr. Stevens, did you have anything for administrative business this morning?
I don't really have anything for administrative business except to remember the passing of President Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
Order
Yeah.
card, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a memorable historical thing that we should note.
So noted. We'll move on to consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, begin voting with Commissioners Mike Smith.
Aye.
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 Consent agenda passes. Formal board actions. Resolution 2024-32, rezoning request from R5 to 2.5. Morning, folks.
Morning, gang.
Resolution 2024-32 is a request to rezone the parcels at 20500, 2426, and 0000 Wood End Road from our R5 to our R2.5. Staff did review this request based off the golden factors. The staff did recommend approval of this request primarily based off the fact that it is compliant with the future land use. The Planning Commission did consider this at their December meeting, and they recommended approval of the request. If you have any questions, please let us know.
Anybody have any more questions for staff?
I don't.
I don't have any questions. Pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
I'll entertain a motion.
All right. Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve and move to adopt Resolution 2024-32 and approve the rezoning as outlined in Case DEV 24134 based on the recommendations of the Planning Commission and the findings set forth by staff.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, begin voting with Commissioner Mike Smith.
Aye.
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 Commissioner Stevens votes aye.
Motion carries 4-0. That's all you guys got this morning, right? All right. That takes us to presentations and discussion items, but we want to do our executive session now, I would say.
Okay.
You got a copy of that?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the board recess for a closed executive meeting to consult with legal counsel and discuss confidential matters related to the board's duties and responsibilities for Fire District 1 after December 31st, 2024, which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship and justified by KSA 75-4319B2, and that the board resume in its open meeting at 9:25 a.m. in the meeting room of the board. Present in the executive meeting will be Commissioners Jeff Culverson, Vicky Cause, Mike Smith, Doug Smith, Mike Stevens, Senior County Counselor David Van Perrys, County Counselor Misty Brown, and Deputy County Counselor John Calio, and County Administrator Mark Lawfrey. Did I
Second.
pronounce that correct? Calio?
Is it close?
Calio.
Khalil. And minus Vicky.
And then, okay, minus Vicky Cause. All right.
Second.
Motion and a second. Begin voting with Commissioner Mike Smith.
Aye.
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 We're temporarily adjourned.
Let the record show the board has returned to regular session at 9:25. No action was taken and no decisions were made. The subject was limited to legal interest of the county. Mr. Chairman, I move that we direct staff to send a letter to all the necessary parties involved with Fire District 1 stating that the Board of Leavenworth County Commissioners are taking on the responsibility of Fire District 1.
Effective January 1st. Yeah.
Effective January 1.
Very good.
That cover the motion?
Yes.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, begin voting with Commissioner Mike Smith.
Absolutely.
Aye.
Aye.
Mike still with us?
Commissioner Stevens.
All right, so 3-0 is enough to pass it. We're good to go. And any other presentations?
I got just a couple things I'd like to. First of all, I know most y'all been getting it, but I've been impressed this last year with the residential building permits. We can keep up with Baser and with their 94, and Lumber County's got 93. Folks, some of the policies we put in place as a team, plus the ones carried out, seem to be working very well. The other thing is, I just want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. And David, I want to tell you, I have worked with you for a long time, and I am truly going to miss having our conversations and your advice that you've sent my direction. So I will truly miss you being up here.
Well,
That's all I
Commissioners,
have.
I'd like to note that I've attended in excess of 1,796 commission meetings and have served under 23 different commissioners. I want to let you know I will be working on a numerical ranking of each of those 23 commissioners along with commentary.
I can't wait.
See me after the meeting.
Sounds like a J. Edgar Hoover thing.
That would be great.
So,
I don't have anything for this week. Doug, do you have?
no, let's just wind this year down.
Yeah. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Aye.
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 Thank you.